Friday's Talking Reds, and that means we are in the Liverpool Gin Distillery on Castle Street. Delighted to be here. I'm joined not by Neil Atkinson this Friday, but by Lizzi Doyle, which is, I mean, an upgrade if ever I've seen one, isn't it?
And I've been on a bit of a Talking Reds sabbatical for like the last week since I've been dying in bed, but I'm back and with gin, so it's all is good with the world.
Back and with gin. What a Friday that promises to be. Before Lizzi starts getting stuck into
I
was going to say to the Valencia Orange because it's a firm favourite on this table. Of course, you want us to talk about Liverpool, and what's going on in the world of Liverpool Football Club is that Liverpool travelled to Chelsea this weekend. Jurgen Klopp's just done his press conference, and he seemed confident. He's always very Jurgen, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got every right to feel confident. I think there was a bit of a question about Liverpool's record last season to the top six, and obviously when we went to Chelsea, it was that Daniel Sturridge last-minute goal win. We had the draw with Arsenal away from home. Obviously got beat by City, but I think we've been there and done that last season, and this Chelsea team is so inconsistent. I know it's still Stamford Bridge, but I think we've got every right to go in there feeling like we should win this game. I think Chelsea aren't as bad as a team as some people might make out. I just think it's whether they're having a good day or not, and I suppose the team selection as well. But they've got a couple of injuries which might help us out a bit. But no, I'm feeling absolutely sound, so should Jurgen.
Yeah, it was funny, as you say, he was asked about the record against the top six away from home, and he's like, well, they're the hardest games.
What you'd expect.
So, and it is like, oh yeah, going to Stamford Bridge is tougher than going to Bramall Lane. Yeah, so that's the way it is. But as you say, this Liverpool team should be confident, going into this one. They are a superior side. As you say, Chelsea are doing a bit better than I think, sometimes given credit for. The sixth in the table, but the level with third, there's a group on that side. So, they are in this kind of, this chasing pack, if you like, although I think they're going to be chasing for a while, if I'm honest with you, in terms of the front two. But, they are in that position. They are going to be dangerous. But as you say, a few injuries, that should help Liverpool. Mason Mount's looking like touch and go. Obviously, he got a terrible tackle last week. Kante's missed the last 4 games. He's missed the last 3 league games and obviously missed out in Europe. He'd be a big blow for them because I thought he was excellent in the Super Cup against us.
Yeah, and this is the thing, it's not the same game as the Super Cup because it's not the same team, especially from us. We're not going to be playing that same team, and I think you saw when we changed things second half that all of a sudden then we were on top and we knew we were going to win that game, and you're hoping from the off that's going to be the case. And I just don't think we've got any reason to necessarily worry. I think there is a possibility, just with the fact that we've only kept, I think, 1 clean sheet, that they might score. They put 5 past Wolves, and I know Wolves are nowhere near our level, but still a decent side. And Tammy Abraham's actually hitting really good form at the minute. So there is a little bit, there's something to be cautious about. And like I say, Stamford Bridge, you can never underestimate Chelsea, where you just can't. But we definitely do have enough in the tank. And I think, Wolves managed to put 3 past them, and we're so much better than Wolves. So I think it's a different story to last year, and I think they will be more nervous of us than we, than they will be more nervous of us than we are of them. But they do have good players. But no, the game midweek as well, I don't think will have an effect. I think actually it makes them hungrier. I think they'll be disappointed with losing midweek, even though no one will be losing the Reds. No one I know has lost the Reds. No one's really said much about Tuesday, they lost midweek. But hopefully it goes right. We need to get back to it now. Right, we've had our loss. That's the only loss now we're having until the end of the season, touch wood. And let's crack on and business as usual.
Yeah, business as usual, indeed. I mean, you mentioned it's a different Liverpool team to the one who played the Super Cup. It's a different Adrian as well, I think it's fair to say.
Is.
I mean, that was his first start, wasn't it? Obviously, he come off the bench in the home game. He looks a mixture of nervous and talented in that game. Obviously, he ends up being the start of the shootout, but it was all a bit of a joke, wasn't it? It was like, oh, get on this fella, he's a big man, he's won the Super Cup, isn't that big? I mean, no one's laughing anymore, are they? And I think Jurgen Klopp talked about him in the press conferences, said that the other players are getting to know him more, getting to know his style, what he wants, what kind of passes back he wants, and things like that. What kind of goalkeeper it is. But he's like, well, that's natural. They didn't even know him. Yeah. You know what I mean? He didn't even have the pre-season away getting to know the lads. I think it was sort of, the first week they met him, he's suddenly playing in goal for them. So that's natural, isn't it, that they're going to get to know him a bit better, but also that he's going to get more confidence.
Yeah, it is, and that's the thing. He was training with a second division Spanish side before he come to Liverpool because he was a free agent, and you can definitely see that he's getting more and more confidence, and that save against Napoli, I'm sorry, I'm just so happy that we've finally got a deputy that we can trust. And not that, God, we're all thinking about Alisson, of course we are, but each week I don't think about Adrian now. Like, whereas when the injury first happened, I thought, oh God, how's Adrian going to cope? How's it going to be? What's it going to be like? Whereas now each week it's just a bit of a given, and I don't think twice about it. I just sort of go, Adrian's in goal, that's just our starting 11. I don't worry or I don't panic. It's when I hear sometimes other people talking about weaknesses in our team, and they're talking about maybe they can exploit Adrian because he's not Alisson, which is fair enough, or maybe, I don't know, maybe just get a Trent because he's a bit younger on the right-hand side, but it's a compliment to us because of how strong we are. But Adrian just seems to me that the more he plays, the better he's getting, and like you say, I think you can tell that the team is so much more comfortable with him. And how can you not be comfortable when you've got Virgil van Dijk in front of you? That's all I'm going to say. And the best back four in, definitely in the league in my eyes. So no, nothing to worry about with Adrian, and it could be a while till Alisson's back. I think it's longer than we anticipated, and I think we might still see Adrian for a good while.
Yeah, we'll see. He was asked about Alisson in the press conference, and Klopp, he's always gives a bit of a roundup of the injuries. He said he's making big steps, which is
That's
nice.
Baby steps.
It is, yeah. He always sort of uses that sort of language. Does he? He's making a lot of progress. Oh yeah, but he's not back soon. And so we'll wait and see. But big steps is good news. He also said that Naby Keita's back in training, which is good for him, and especially for Naby, who'll want to get his season off and running properly. Good to have another option there in the midfield as well. You've seen already, Lizzie, haven't you, this. In this period that he is keen to mix up his midfield, and so in that very first block it was more or less the same team, but now the game's come thick and fast, and he might not mess around too much with the back line, and the front three might be the front three whenever possible, but it's two changes in the midfielders, and it's bringing fresh bodies, and he asks a lot of those guys in the middle, and he does want to kind of rotate them, so throwing Naby Keita in as well helps that even more. Yeah,
and I think he really started to pick up form before he got injured. He was playing some really good football, and he slotted in really well. I thought with our midfield he was a really good option to have, and I really like Naby Keita, and I'm just desperate to see him back on a football pitch. But I think with this game, I think he knew Napoli was going to be really hard. I think the weather, in terms of the heat and the humidity, probably he might not have anticipated. So I think Liverpool will go with the sort of, I think it'll be Henderson, Fabinho, Gini. Because with MK Dons, I think you'll see a completely different three. And I think with MK Dons, you'll probably see Oxlade-Chamberlain come in, Milner, Shaqiri. I think if Keita's fit, I think he might get like 15 minutes or something just to get some minutes in his legs. But I think you will see a very similar team to what you did at Napoli, bar James Milner. I think you will see a stronger side, even though they're probably quite knackered from that game, and rightfully so. Because, like I say, they're gonna have a break before Sheffield, because we know that he's going to change the side, but that's fine. Like we're all about the rotation, aren't we, and keeping people fresh. And Andy Robertson's fine, which was good news because I didn't think he was going to play on Tuesday, and he'll want to make up for the penalty mistake, even though I don't think it was a penalty. So I think you'll see Liverpool unchanged from Newcastle. I don't think. I know we played Oxlade-Chamberlain, didn't he, against Newcastle? So, sorry, I think you'll just see your standard Fabinho, Gini, Henderson against Chelsea. And I think you need that midfield against Chelsea. With Milner coming off the bench, I think is the likelihood.
That's what I think as well, but we shall see. Listen, Friday's a really busy day at the Anfield app. Already this morning we brought out the Weekender, which is our free audio podcast that we bring out ahead of every weekend's action, and so that is out already this morning. Today on TalkPlay, which is our subscription audio service, we've got looks ahead to the Chelsea game. So we've got a team talk show, which is being recorded now as we speak, so we'll be out by the time this comes out, which is an in-depth look at Chelsea, what we think Liverpool should do, but also opposition analysis there as well. We've got loads of video stuff out as well, which is on our app, so you can subscribe to listen to that as well. And then over the weekend we'll be covering the game in the best way that we know, which is from a supporter's perspective. That was easy for me to say. And so we'll be down there across our social media. We'll be kind of sharing the journey. If you're not able to kind of get along to Stamford Bridge, do check out what we're doing on Instagram, Twitter, and all that. And then straight after the game, either video or audio, we'll be doing our immediate reaction, hopefully to another Liverpool win, and hopefully to Liverpool extending their life at the top of this Premier League. That's what we're all hoping for. So yeah, it's a great time to be a Red. We think it's a great time to subscribe to the Anfield Wrap. So do get on everything we do. But even if you just like it and enjoying these YouTube videos and subscribing to them, that's great as well. Do tell your friends and do keep enjoying it. But yeah, thanks a lot to Lizzie, and that's been Talking Reds this Friday. Thanks a lot to Liverpool Gin for hosting us as ever.